Okay, statistics, here we go with the last section of notes for chapter 4. Get my stuff out of the way here. Combinations. Instead of permutations, today we talk about combinations, and then we get after probability, getting back to what this whole chapter was about. So, example, if I randomly pick 3 people in this class and change one chapter test for each one of those people to 100%, how many groups of 3 students could I pick? Well, let's see here. And since I'm doing this for both classes, I hope this makes sense. I've got 14 kids in one class and 20 in the other one, so there's 34 kids altogether. I would like to answer this as, how many did I just say? 34, and take a permutation of 3, which would be 34 factorial over 34 minus 3 factorial, right? So that would be 34 factorial over 31 factorial. So really it's 34 times 33 times 32. I'll go with my calculator. 34 factorial divided by 31 factorial. And I get for that 35,000, that's not how you spell 35,000 at all. 35,904. But that's way too many. And that's not how you spell that either. Oh man, this is going to be a good set of notes. Boy, you can just feel me getting stupider and stupider. That's way too many because it accounts for different orders, like the baseball lineup from yesterday. And if I'm picking 3 people and I'm going to give them all 100% on whatever test they would like, you don't care if you get picked first or second or third. You just care if you get picked, right? So, like Teddy and Marilla and Jasmine, we'll just put J for Jasmine. She doesn't like the way I spell her name anyway. That's going to be the same group as Jasmine and Marilla and Teddy. It doesn't matter if you get picked first, second, or third. But in this scenario, I counted those as 2 different things because I was counting arrangements or orders. So it doesn't matter to anyone if they're picked first, second, or third. So why count different arrangements of those 3 people as more and more, options? So we need a new definition for counting groups when the order that they're picked does not matter. Okay? Definition. A combination. Instead of a permutation, a combination is a selection of individuals from some group in which the order of the selection doesn't matter. Think about making a sandwich, right? You go to Jersey Mike's and you get your sandwich done Mike's way. So that's like onions and lettuce, right? And tomatoes, I think, and then some sauce and stuff. Does it really matter if the onions go on first or the lettuce goes on first? As long as they're all on there, it's kind of the same sandwich. Now, there's some freaks listening to this who are like, no, it totally matters which one you put first and which one you put second. Don't even hand me that sandwich if you put the onions on before you put the lettuce on. Well, that's just a different story where you would prefer a permutation, a specific arrangement where, normal people are just like, put the shit on my sandwich. Okay, anyway, if there are n individuals, then n combination k, n choose k is actually how we say that, represents the number of different, not permutations, but combinations of k individuals chosen from the entire group of n. And so it goes like this. N choose k, that's how we say it, n choose k, is equal to n factorial over, here's an n minus k factorial, so far it's the exact same thing, but then we also put a k factorial down here, making the denominator bigger, making the overall count smaller, right? I divide by another number, it makes the overall amount smaller, so I'm getting rid of these which are now replications of groups of people. Not that I don't care what order they're picked, those are the same thing, and so get rid of all those replications by dividing. Okay, so 4 choose 3 would be 4 factorial over 4 minus 3 factorial times 3 factorial. And so that would just be, well actually it would just be 4 if you look at it, but I want to show you one more thing. There's another way this gets written. It's like they're in a big tall parentheses. That means the same thing as that. So this I could also write as n choose k that way. All right, go to the next page.